Some of you guys are like, I was ready to go home when I walked in the door.
No.
So, too bad. I've been spoiling you guys. That it's now. Can somebody do that light for me again? Whichever one it was. Yes, cool. Perfect. Alright guys, let me catch up to you. So this first one is an example of a problem that really you don't have to force to follow these steps. It's not a physical problem. It's actually kind of reading an equation in English. So I can just put this right into an equation. When 9 is added to 4 times a number, alright, well what's 4 times a number?
4.
And when I add 9 to that, the result, yeah, so number 1 is pretty straightforward. It's one step away from an equation. It's not a real word problem. It's pseudo math. Yes?
When you figure that out, does it come out to be 11?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Or 23 over 2?
Well, let's see. What's the next step here?
Oh, never mind. 7. I added 9.
7. So there's one time when it can stop because there's no units on it because it's really just looking for a number. So you're done. When you find the number, you're done. So there are a couple like that in the homework if I remember correctly. So that's number 1. So number 2, good old Bob and Fred comparing their incomes. So Bob makes, well, where'd it go, Jeff? There it is. Bob makes $300 less than twice the money Fred makes. Alright. So, I don't care about the less than, the twice, the 1950. I don't care any of that shit. I just worry about the English first. What are the players in English in this problem? Fred and Bob. Fred's
X.
And Bob's
2x minus 300.
salary, right? Fred's money and Bob's money. So I'm sorry. Now let me catch up to you. Who's just X? Fred. I gotta know Fred first because Bob is related to Fred. Bob depends on Fred. Aw. So Fred, if I call Fred X, what's Bob?
2x.
Good. Twice Fred minus 300. Not 300 minus 2x. That's when you start having these people pay to work. Right? Bob's income is negative 300. He pays, oh, thanks for letting me come into work. Here's your $300. No, I don't think he's that dumb. So it should be 2x minus 300. I like it. $300 less than twice Fred's. Kick ass. Now, people that skip this step would write this equation down, but now we see why this equation is wrong. What does that equation say? Don't start saying 2x. No. What does it say physically? Bob makes 1950 all by himself. That's shit, right? We know that's not true. But if you skip this step, it's really easy to miss it. What's up?
That's not shit. 1950 a week?
No, but it's shit because he's dreaming. Let me put it that way. Right? Yeah, I'll make that. Yeah, I'm dreaming. No, sorry. It's not a bad place to be, but he's just not there. So what's this missing? Should be Bob and Fred together make 1950, right? I like it. So that's the mistake people make. They focus on the part of the problem that says 300 less than twice, and they write the equation based on that, and there's a whole other dude involved. Right? Oh shit, it's not just all him. And now from here it should be relatively easy, right? 3x, add to 300, divide by 3, 750. So who's that?
Fred.
That's Fred. So you can come up here. So if you do this, it helps you set up the equation and it helps you answer. Fred is 750. So what's Bob?
Bob is Fred times 2 minus 300.
I like it. So twice that is 1500 minus 300 is 1200. How do you check that? Together they're supposed to make
1950.
And they do. Yes. So you can always check the answer at the end. Make sure they actually do what they're supposed to do. Do you guys see that?
Wait, so what's Bob make?
1200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like it. Sweet. So please, dear God, circle your answers. Don't have all this stuff all over and I'm supposed to go hunting. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hunt. Circle your answer or something. Make it really clear. Alright. So what about number 3? Number 3 is that one you got to be careful about making sure you get all the sides in there. 30 feet of wood. I want to make a rectangular pen for my pot-bellied pig. So let me draw a picture first. There you go. Yay! That looks like what it would look like if I made it. So what are, in English, what are the players in this problem? The pig. Is that what you said? Length? You're like, I don't know the name of your pig yet. I haven't named it yet. Length and width. So which one's got to be just X? Good. The length is 3 less than twice. I got to know what the width is first. So if I call the width, you can even call it W. I'm going to call it W, just to be different. So what would the length be? The length is 3 less than twice that. Good. That's twice that, and there's 3 less than that. I like it. So let me label my picture here. I got W, W, 2W minus 3, 2W minus 3. So how does 30 come into this? 30 is the what of that shape? The perimeter. Yeah, because I want all together, that's where all my wood went. That's got to be 30 total. So if I do W plus 2W minus 3, plus W plus 2W minus 3, that's got to be 30. Real quick side note. Here's how I do this problem. I do W plus 2W minus 3, and that's all I do. Because that's halfway, right? W plus 2W minus 3, isn't that halfway? So that should equal 15, because that's halfway. If you don't like that, don't do it. It's me. I'm going to do a lot of weird shit, because I know a lot of freaking math, some weird math. So you don't have to do what I do. So just make sure you go all the way around if you're going to equal it to the whole perimeter. And now it should be relatively easy, right? How many W's you got here? 6W minus 6 is 30. Add the 6. Divide by 6. There's a lot of 6's. So the width is 6 feet. Okay. And the length is twice 6 is 12 minus 3 is 9. I like it. Cool. And I know you could get that answer not using algebra. Well, you can get to the mall without using a car. Do you understand my point with that? We are using easy examples of problems to get used to the algebra. So of course there's going to be other ways to solve the problems, but the whole point is to get used to the algebra. Use algebra. Alright. So the last one here. So I can draw my little triangle. Whoa. In English, what do I got here?
First angle.
Yeah, I got a second angle, I got a first angle. First angle, and what else?
Third angle.
Third angle, that's crazy. So, I don't know if you understand, but use the exact same language the problem does. If it said second, first, and biggest, use those exact words, because then when you go back to look at your work, you understand where the hell you came from. Don't say angle A, B, C. You can't connect it with the problem anymore. And plus it makes it harder for me to grade. So what's going to be just X here, or whatever letter you want to use?
First angle.
Yeah, the first, because the second depends on the first, and the third depends on the first. So the first one is X, so what's the second angle?
2x.
Good, twice as large. So twice means times. And then the third angle,
X minus 40.
good, X minus 40, that less than, you say, brain, hold on, I got to turn that shit around. I like it. You doing okay?
So.
Alright, well that's good. That's better than it could be. And then what are all these angles supposed to do? Here's the part of geometry you got to remember.
Add to 180.
Add to 180. Every triangle in the geometry system that we use have to add up to 180 degrees total with their angles. I like it. So it'll be this angle plus that angle plus that angle makes 180. So now this is the easy step. 4x, add the 40, divide by 4.
55.
Good. So the first angle is 55 degrees. The second angle is 110. And the third angle will be 15 degrees. And then they all do add up to be 180. I can check it.
Yep.
Dude! Alright, so I had to keep you one day close to the whole time, so that was today. Alright. So, we'll have a quiz on Monday. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'll tell you what's going to be on it.
Where's our test?
Quiz. Our test is on Wednesday, right? Next Wednesday.